Choosing your map and boosting your map is the best investment that you can do in Path of Exile. Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about stats in maps in general, stats in tablets, what are good stats, bad stats, and which one you should favor to be more efficient into the game. We are also going to talk about how do we upgrade maps depending on the farming tier that you are working on. I will start with tablets, even if it's a bit counterintuitive, because what I say for tablets is going to be true for maps as well, but it's going to be more complex for maps. So let's start with the tablet so you understand the basic of it, and then I will complexify with maps on the second part. Let's talk about the tablets. So tablets as they are today, there is 6 types of tablet. You have the irradiated, is the one that you are going to drop at the beginning. Then you have one per activity. So here it's the ritual, this one is the expedition, this one is the breach, this one is the delirium, and this one is the boss tablet. By killing boss, you are going to drop boss tablet. By doing delirium activity, you are going to drop delirium tablet. You are going to drop breach tablet within the breach, expedition are dropped within the expedition, and ritual are dropped within the ritual. First thing to understand is that the tablet as they stand, they have usually one line, which is the number of maps that are going to be affected by this activity. Tablets are placed into a tower, you validate it, and you see that in the area you now have 5 of the maps that I use that contain the ritual activity, because this is the one that I placed. The first thing that is worth noting at the beginning, and that's something that it took me a while to understand, is that you can upgrade your tablet like your map using the blue orbs. And you see this now is going to increase the monster I have in my map by 10%. And with second one, I'm going to find more gold. So you have substat and you have a wide range of substat. Those orbs, they're worth nothing. So every time that you have a tablet, you should always look for those modificator. There is no real reason not to add them. And to the contrary of the map that are just going to affect certain points into your device, the modificator are going to be applied to all the range that you see with the large circle. So this map here, as you can see, it has no modifier. So I added like a breach modifier here. There is no modifier, but I still have the bonus from my breach tablet. So I have 16% increased quantity of item found in this area, which is pretty nice, because that means that even if it didn't affected by the tablet, through adding the activity of breach, I still have some benefit. So now by doing so, you see that you always have 2 different kind of modificator on the map. A first one that is going to be for the activity and is going to be specific to this activity, and one that is going to be a general one. So you see here increased rarity of item found in your map. This is the general one. And map boss, so the one that are affected by a boss encounter, are going to have 14% chance to drop a waystone. This is, you have more gold, this is a general modificator that is not great, and you have the delirium monster that have 10% increase back. You see here is the same thing, here is the same thing, here's the same thing. So you understand that there is 2 modificator, one that is affecting the specific activity that you have, and one that is affecting your map. On the precursor tablet for irradiated like this, you have both of your affixes that are going to affect all your map, and it's not going to be only for the one that are irradiated. So that's a little specificity with those tablets. In terms of affix that you are looking for, I will have 3 distinct groups. One group that is you don't want it, which is increased gold. You don't want that. It's no interest. Increased experience, I don't think it's very necessary. Maybe early on when you are progressing, it might be interesting, but I think it's a substat. It's not very great. Then you are going to have 2 that are okay but not great. Magic monster in your map. Magic monster, they can drop you some stuff, but usually the drop are more coming from rare monsters. So having some magic monsters at the beginning is going to increase your experience. Having a little bit more loot, but overall is not great. Pack size, I think is similar to magic monster. Pack size is going to increase the number of monsters that you see. It can be interesting for delirium or breaches or things like this, but it's not amazing. And then you are going to have 3 that I recommend you go for. One, which is quantity of item found in your map. This is very interesting. And the second one is rarity of item found in your map. So this is good. I prefer quantity over rarity, because rarity, you always have rarity on your stuff. It's easier to get. Quantity is harder to get, so having quantity is a bit better in my opinion. And increase the number of rare monster in your maps. This is also good. Having more rare monster, meaning that you have more chance to drop a valuable currency, a valuable item, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now that you understood the different level of the affix that we are looking for, let's start from the beginning on maps. So if you go here, you can buy maps level 1. I am just going to buy one so I can demonstrate what I want. So this is a gray waystone. Waystone map, same thing. So in the video, when I talk about map, it's waystone. So the first thing that you want to do, whatever is the level that you are playing, even when you just start the end game, you always want to add 2 modificators. 2 modificators are always going to come in different things. You are going to have one that is going to make the map harder. In this case, is area has patch of chilled ground. So this is the one that is making the map harder. And then there is one that is going to be making the map more profitable. And here it's area contain an additional essence. So you are going to have an extra rare monster that is going to drop an essence. So this is nice. You always want to have both. The one that is making the map more complicated is going to increase the map drop chance here. And the more complicated this is going to be, the more waystone drop chance you are going to have in your map. At the beginning, if you are not creating maps that are at least blue, so adding those 2 orbs, you are going to run dry of waystone very quickly, and you will have to buy your way. You will have to buy the waystone from this guy, from 5,000 gold, and it can be a bit annoying. So don't make this mistake. You buy this and then you start doing your maps. You will drop more maps, and it can be sustained. So what I just explained for waystone level 1 is applicable for any level of a waystone. So I'm going to take a waystone level 15, because what I'm going to do to it, I can at least use it later on when I'm running my maps. So I have something that is gray. So I can either go, as I just explained you, here and put those 2, or when it's gray, at my level, what I like to do is I just put an orb of alchemist, and now it becomes gold, and I already have 4 modifiers. Sometimes I can get more. So you see, from those 4 modifiers, I have 3 that are increasing the difficulty. 3 which are monster elemental resistances, area patch of chill ground, monster deal more damage as extra fire. So those are the ones that are going to increase my waystone drop chance. And by the way, this is extremely important if you are going for citadels, because it's going to increase the amount of fragment that you are dropping from a citadel. So you want to have as much as possible here, and I have made a video on it, so if you're interested, you can check it out. Now, if you're not running this map on a citadel, I mean, having more difficulty is going to increase the chance of dropping a waystone, but as you can see, having waystone is not really my problem anymore. So what you want instead is having the most bonus that is not going to make the map harder, but is going to make it more profitable. And you see here I have increased pack size. Another thing that I can do is I can add an exalted orb, and now I'm going to add another modifier that is going to make the map more profitable, which is magic pack size. And I can add another one that is now increasing the quantity and the rarity of item that I found in this area, making it even more profitable. So the map is always like this. You have 3 parts that are going to make it more profitable when it's gold, and 3 that are going to make it harder. If you want to have a farm, you don't need to have the waste of drop chance if you're not using on Citadel. So anything that is providing you already 1, 2, or 3, I mean 2 or 3 if it's gold, it's already okay to run. Now, what is more important is not the number, but it's the affix inside. To the same thing that we talk about the tablets, you have different affix for profitability that you can rank. One of the affix that I really like is the quantity and rarity of items. This is very strong, and especially when you are combining with the tablets, you can go quite high. So this is something that I look for. Another thing that I can look for is going to be the things that are increasing the rare monster. So here you see that I have more rare monster. This is quite nice. Or pack size. Pack size is also nice because as I'm going to use it for breaches or delirium, having more pack size is going to be nice for me. So that's the things that I'm looking for. Things that are not great could be additional strongbox. This is probably one of the worst for me. I don't like strongbox. Usually when I see them, I don't even open them. So this is a wasted bonus that I don't even care about. So yeah, this is an example of a map that I really don't like. More gold, containing additional strongbox, and 20 additional pack of undead. Okay, I don't care about that. So those three things have no value. So this map, it's not going to be very useful. So to summarize, I think the stats that you are looking for in general are the following. The first one is going to be the quantity and rarity of items. The second one is going to be the rare monster. The third one is going to be increased pack size. The fourth one is going to be increased magic monster. And after you have the one that contain X amount of additional packs of whatever, the rest I don't think is that great. More strongbox or more gold or more experience. This is not amazing, I think, as a stat. So what you want to do is to have at least one of the top tier stats on your map. So at least one of the increased rare monster or increased quantity rarity or pack size. I think if you have one of these three, it's a decent map. The more you have and the better it is. If you don't have any, like the one that I just showed before, like this one, the best thing you can potentially do is you just trash it. Now, this is true at my level because I don't want to waste time with waystone that is not providing me a good value. But obviously, as you are progressing through the end game, you don't do that at the beginning. You do that when you really have a large amount of waystone and you can waste like an orb of exalted or an orb of alchemist on a waystone that didn't work. Okay, so let's say that you have a map that you like. You see this one, you have more monster pack, you have a quantity of item found in the area, quantity increased rarity of item found in the area. The second layer that I'm going to do is I'm going to instill higher into the map. So by doing so, that is going to provide me two bonuses. The first one that I don't really mind, it's increase the number of magic monsters, so I'm going to have more magic monster. The second one is I'm going to be 21% delirious. And the fact that I'm doing so, you see it's now at the top here, you see that 60% increased magic monster, player in the area 21% delirious. The way that I do this means that now I'm going to have a fog of delirium everywhere into the map, and I will be able to drop simulacrum splinter. And this is extremely important for me because as you see here, I'm going to drop a lot of splinter. By doing so, a map can grant me up to 80 splinter, which is massive. So by the way, here you want to take this point first, and then the mirror. This is really nice. Like the combo of those two here is completely insane in terms of splinter increase. So now you have a map that is very high tier because it has a lot of bonuses, good bonuses, and is infused with delirium. You can potentially use over emotion. The one that I really like is the greed. By doing greed, you are going to increase the rarity of item, but doing so, and being more delirious, but doing so, greed is much more expensive than higher. So I don't do it because I don't think it's worth it to my level to increase even more the rarity of item. So I usually just do it with higher, and the best bonus I get from that is the splinter. It's not the effect that it has on the map. And the last step that you can do but it's not always something that I would recommend, is you can val it. So that is going to completely randomize certain things. So you see here, what happened is that I lost the part that is providing me more bonuses, such as the increased rarity and increased quantity of item, but I significantly increased the waystone drop chance because this is now much harder. So this map here, as you see it, it's going to be great to run a citadel because it has high chance of waystone drop chance. So potentially I can drop 3 fragments on the citadel with this, at least 2 for sure. 2 are guaranteed and maybe 3 with this waystone. So this one is not a waste for me. I know that I have something that is going to be good for citadel, so I'm just going to put it with my citadel map on my side here. Potentially what it can do is that it can modify completely removing the waystone drop chance, so making a map much easier to do and boosting the effect that you have on the bonuses. This is something that is completely random, so it's up to you if you want to do it or not. You can potentially have maps that are going a tier above, so you end up with a waystone tier 16. And by the way, this is one of the tricks if you want to unlock the boss tree here. If you want to see how, I have a video so you can see it. Or you can also have the waystone going down 1 tier. So val is really, like in the game, something that is completely random. So it's up to you if you want to do it or not. Just note that when you valed something, you will not be able to add some orbs after or some delirium to it. So let's say this one is corrupted, so I valed it. If I go on delirium, you see there is no delirium. I will not be able to add delirium because the item is corrupted. So if you want to have something that is delirious and corrupted, you need to add everything before and then corrupt it at the very end, because when it's corrupted, any transformation through orbs or through emotion is not going to be possible anymore. Okay, so now I'm going to finish by some general advice depending on the level you are. As you're progressing through the tier of maps, 1 to 3 up to 15, I do recommend that you don't use anything that is above the blue orbs. I believe that until you get to the tier 15, your priority is to be able and comfortable to run the maps, and I don't think it has that much value to do so. When you have been clearing your first tier 15, you can start thinking, depending on how comfortable you are, of adding the alchemist and adding the delirium. I don't think you should add any exalted before quite late into the game. To me, adding exalted into your maps, it's really when you are looking to do those extremely high waystone drop chance on Citadel, but you need to be comfortable by running maps that potentially end up being like this, which are 77 more monster life, extra lightning, evasive, etc, etc. So things that are very, very difficult. So you see here the 6 different affixes that I have on this map. They are all maluses that are going to make the map harder, and I'm going to increase it even more through my atlas, because my atlas is going to increase even more with unstable energy, all of this, making the map extremely hard to run if you're not comfortable of running T15. So this is my advice for map step by step. If it helped you, please consider subscribing to my channel. As you see, it's a very young channel and every sub counts for me right now. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video.